Good morning, everyone. Oh, not morning where you're at? That's okay, because you can have eggs for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Welcome to episode 47 of Three Eggs Are Better Than One. Not 47?
48.
48 of Three Eggs Are Better Than One. I am Brad Stanton, along with fellow eggs Matt M. and Brian Haremza. What in the hell did we do last week, guys? Because it has been a long time.
Dating shows.
Dating
Yes.
shows. Yeah, I didn't know any of them,
No.
but
No.
it was quite entertaining. If it's your first time listening to the show, we do something called Sunny Side Up. It's our good news of the week. So, Matt, what's your good news? It's been a while.
Low-hanging fruit for me here. Sunny for me and rainy for Philadelphia fans such as Brad. But man, did I have to enjoy and yes, my beloved Yankees were eliminated. But on that same fateful evening, I got to enjoy the Giants just outright embarrassing the Eagles on Thursday Night Football with the whole world watching. And on the same evening, the Phillies blow it and don't advance. And I am a hater. And when it comes to sports, I celebrate the failures of Philadelphia.
I hope
I
you
couldn't
feel
have
really
been
good about
happier.
yourself. I hope you
Couldn't
feel
have been
good.
happier. Couldn't have been happier. I
People
mean,
say
maybe
Philadelphia is so evil. Man, I'll tell you. I'll tell
right.
you.
Come on, how could I root for the Eagles?
It's not about that. That's your team playing against my team. But what dog in the hunt do you have in the Phillies losing?
Because I want somebody who's not Philly to win.
Oh yeah, I'll
You'd
tell you
rather
what.
have the Dodgers? You would
No,
really rather have them.
no, I'd not rather have the Dodgers.
And so many people are going to be out there watching Milwaukee. Yeah,
But I don't care about
big,
who's watching
big
it.
market team.
Who
You need
cares? I hope it's Milwaukee and Seattle. It'd be great.
There's going to be more about this later. I'm going to reserve my comments for later.
Okay.
But this is a little mix of egg whites as well for my sunny side up. A couple weeks ago, I told you I did a software update on my phone, and my watch was no longer paired to my phone. Recently, there was another software update, and I'm like, well, what do I have to lose now? So I hit the button, and I fell asleep for 16 minutes. Woke up, and wouldn't you know it, my watch is paired again to my phone. Look at that. I had
Heck
no
yeah.
idea. Could you believe it? It came back around. I don't have to buy anything, and I wasn't anyway.
So that's pretty bad of them, though, that they didn't realize that the initial release of that operating system was going to have this problem. Oh, I guess we better go back and fix it now.
Hey, I was happy. I can do things again. Sunny side up.
So you're saying I could do the update now?
You can do the update. You can do all three of them now.
Good.
Oh,
All
two of
right.
them now. All right.
Yeah. No, absolutely. All right.
All right, Brian, what do you got?
My sunny side up continues I'm not going to call it my problem, but my obsession a little bit. Um, I got this awesome, Great Muda figure over the weekend here. And I love the Great Muda, so I'm trying to collect as much as I can. And I appreciate that it's new school Muda with the newer mask because he doesn't paint his face anymore. And I love figure collecting, and I don't know why, but to be able to have that Muda where it's kind of a select market, it's a Target exclusive. So to get it kind of made me feel pretty good to know that they don't have a lot of them out there. So for me, sunny side up, collecting more of stuff that I don't really need.
Nah, it's good. Treat yourself, I guess, monthly, right?
Sure. We'll go
Bi-weekly?
monthly. Bi-weekly at least. Yeah.
Now, have
Yes.
you ever seen the Great Muda at a show in person?
I have not. No. That is
Brad?
a goal. That's a dream. But he doesn't wrestle anymore either, so I can't
Yeah.
really do that. But hope to meet him at a convention someday.
What about Brad?
No,
I think I actually saw him 3 times.
that's
He,
insanity.
he made an appearance with TNA in 2014 at the New York City tapings. I think
Hmm.
it wasn't a match, but he did something in the ring.
Yeah, it was to set up the Bound for Glory stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And then in 2019, he was an entrant in the Honor Rumble or whatever they call it at the G1 thing that was at the Garden.
Yep,
That was awesome.
that was cool.
And then he appeared with AEW at one of the Grand Slams at Arthur Ashe, and I was at that
Yes.
too.
God, I am so jealous of you now. Ah, it's so jealous. So jealous.
Yeah,
Very
it was cool.
good.
It was cool to see him, a legend like that.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to all of you, except for you, Matt.
Yes.
Which brings us to hard boiled. Where do you guys stand on Airbnbs?
I have limited experience. We did it. Well, okay, once I was a guest in someone else's. They had already planned it in Atlantic City for concerts, and it was an absolute shithole. And then just this past summer, we did one at the Jersey Shore that I did the research on, and it was fantastic.
Yeah. Bryant, you ever done one?
I didn't realize
Huh?
I muted myself there. Sorry. Yes, I actually have only done it once, and I did it for Deadwood, which was kind of fun. But I've only done it once. It's still, I'm not gonna say it's not Nebraska, but we're getting there.
So I've done it a few times. It's been fairly successful. So when we went to Parents Weekend to see Lotus, hotels are pretty expensive on Parents Weekend, somewhere in the $700 to $800 range, which we were not about. So Sue found an Airbnb that was reasonable, almost, almost, and it was kind of off the beaten path a little bit. But but it was close enough that we could make it work. Brian, I would like for you to show. I sent you a couple of pictures.
Hmm.
If you could go ahead and show either one of them first, it really doesn't matter to me.
Oh, either one does not matter.
Either
Okay.
one, we're gonna do both, but either one. I can go on about this forever.
Okay. We'll go with this one first.
Okay. So we had already checked in at this point, and we were at the bar, or like we had already Lotus was out for the night. And we get this at 9 o'clock. General reminder, quiet hours are from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. We have residents who are nurses and medical professionals working in emergency rooms. They need a restful night to perform the vital duties the next day and provide safe care to patients. It is crucial that quiet hours are maintained for everyone's well-being. If you notice anyone violating the quiet hours, please report it to us immediately. There is no tolerance for noise violations, as maintaining a peaceful environment is essential. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation. Now, first off, Sue, for some reason, thought that he was talking directly to her. I don't know why that is, but I mean, this was at like 9:22, as you can see at the top in the evening. But here's my problem with this: is that I think everybody's time and courtesy of quiet time should be respected. I appreciate the medical professionals in this world, but just because I'm not a medical professional. I mean, does that mean I'm not? I feel like they were pointing directly to them, saying, "Hey, these guys deserve it. So make sure you." I mean, that was just arrogant to me. It just seemed like an arrogant thing to say. And I'm not a child, okay? I'm not a child. All right. So let me tell you what else they treat me like a child about.
Far from it.
I would also like to point out that I did appreciate you responding with, "We are quiet people." Just want to throw that out there too.
When we walk in there, you know what the first rule is? Now it's 3 floors. 3 floors. The first rule is you have to take your shoes off. I don't take my shoes off. All right. I leave my shoes on. We live in a hardwood floor world now. Besides Matt M, there are very few of us that have carpeting still. Okay. We live in and this was also no exception. I don't want to, you have to take your shoes off and you have to put them in a cubby and leave them down there. Maybe I want to bring my shoes back up. Okay. Maybe I don't want to leave my shoes down here at the front door. I mean, I wear some very nice shoes. Maybe somebody wants to take my shoes. Now, what the point is, I don't take my shoes off. It's a stupid ass rule. Before we checked in, we were getting there probably about an hour before we were supposed to. All right. Lotus was she wasn't gonna be available till after 4, so it was like 3:15 we were gonna get there. We messaged the guy, "Hey, can we get in early?" No, 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 no. We have to now, keep in mind, checkout is at 11. We have to clean these rooms to make sure, that they are not going to be cleaned by 3:15. Come on. Come on. No common courtesy here that I'm 45 minutes early. And then my wife asks, "Well, do we have to strip the sheets off the bed before we leave?" He goes, "The rules will be listed on the door in your room." Fuck is this guy, huh? Who is this guy? All right. Now, finally, go ahead and show that second picture, Bryant. So we had a shared bathroom on the floor. Have you guys ever had to do that? Because that sucks.
No.
If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a
Oh,
sweetie and wipe your seedy. Am I 6 years old right now? Is this a major problem? Do you think people are actually wiping this stuff down now because of this sign? I was ready to piss on this sign. If you know what I mean. Not to mention, there was nobody in this building. We were it. So that room was clean until, of course, I took a shower and I came out in the hallway with a towel on, and then I run into some local friends, right? Hey, good morning. Good morning to you. Very hard boiled about the whole uh, Airbnb experience. Treat me
shared
like an adult, please.
bathroom?
Shared bathroom.
I wouldn't have signed up for that. Find a
Well,
Yeah,
different
no.
one.
well, because it was either that or we pay $800 a night.
It might be worth it.
And it's definitely not worth it because you know about the surf sites. So
Still working those off.
finally, I don't have a lot of hard boiled this week. That was pretty much it, except for
No,
one.
I think we're getting a nice dose.
I was at Walmart again. And I'm at the checkout and I bought these raisins. All right, there was like an 8 pack of raisins. And the cashier says to me, make sure you open these at the bottom. Why are we talking about this? Well, because my husband twice opened them up and there were baby white worms in them. So one, my question is only at the bottom. They can't be at the top. It doesn't matter which side you go on. I cannot believe you're telling me this in line. I don't want these raisins anymore. But I thought for at least the fun of the show, we could see if there are any white
Oh
worms.
no.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please. Well, let me open it from the bottom like a weirdo.
Why the bottom? That's the part that.
Oh, I hate
And
this.
and no, no. It was
Ah.
I'm sure it was a freak thing. Things happen. I'm sure it wasn't these particular. Maybe it was his. Who tells people that? Who
Why
tells
would you say
people
that
that
in
at the
line?
checkout?
Larry David.
Ah.
Who tells people I don't want these raisins anymore? I don't want anything in this store anymore. It's not about the raisins. It's about anything in this store, isn't it? Hard boiled.
So did you return the raisins?
No, I'm gonna eat them.
Oh,
I couldn't even tell you the last time I had a raisin. Maybe if it made its way into a salad.
I had a feeling
wait,
you weren't a
what?
raisin guy.
Salad?
Oh,
Yeah, sometimes there's raisins in salads.
Brian, I know you're in Nebraska. There's a lot of weird salads out here.
Like, are you talking like a fruit salad or something?
No. There's salads.
No.
There's regular salads with apple in it.
Oh
What the
yeah.
hell kind of people
Walnuts,
are you out on the
walnuts,
west on
raisins.
that East
It all
Coast?
sucks. Okay. You know what that's great about Pittsburgh? They have French fries and everything, and they put French fries in your salad. Get rid of the raisins.
I'm good
Get
with
rid of the
that.
walnuts.
Yeah.
Get rid of the apples. Give me the French fries, the blue cheese, the chicken. Who cares
Yeah,
about the lettuce at this point?
They Primanti everything out
Yeah,
there.
they do Permani it all there. That's definitely true.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for me, guys. Thank you. Which brings us to forgotten eggs. Matt, that's you.
Forgotten eggs.
So what do you got?
I'd forgotten what that meant.
I mean, you and me both. I don't even know how I put it on here. So long ago.
It means regrets.
Hmm.
And this is for me. And this is something from my youth when I was a high school football player, a teenager, my junior year. We were like a football town. We were always very good, very competitive. Football meant and still means a lot to this town. Friday night under the lights, that sort of thing. And we were exceptionally good my junior year. I think we were undefeated. We had one tie in the middle of the season because I think you can tie in high school sports. So we were undefeated, one tie, and we were the top seed in the playoffs, and we won the one or two playoff game, whatever it was. And now we're gonna play for the state sectional championship. And we had a choice. Now, usually the playoff or the championship games are played at neutral fields, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes they're played at, big legitimate stadiums, such as when I was in high school, Giant Stadium happens to be nearby. Or, I know the other state sectional games are played at maybe like college stadiums, like where Rutgers plays, things like that. So we were actually given a choice because we were the top seed. We could play at Giant Stadium or at home, which was unusual for a game that's supposed to be played on a neutral site. And we were undefeated at home. I think we had been undefeated at home for several years at that point. And we actually, every team that made it to the playoffs was allowed to go practice at the time back in the 90s. The Giants had what was known as the practice bubble. And it was like this little half field under like this bubble that sat right next to the stadium. And it was turf, the same surface as the stadium. So most teams, especially 20 something years ago, did not have their own turf. So you had to be able to have a practice on turf to get used to that in case you were going to play a championship game on turf. So we got to practice in their bubble. We ended up taking a team vote. Did we want this game at home or at Giant Stadium? And we voted and we picked home
What a bunch of assholes.
and we lost.
You
I
deserve it.
could have played at Giant Stadium.
You could have lost there. Who cares? That is a
Yeah.
regret, man.
I could have played at Giant Stadium, but we lost. I think it was like 18-7, something like it was 3 touchdowns to 1, basically. But that is a regret because
It should be.
even if we did
Wait.
lose,
Wait a minute.
even if we did lose, wouldn't you rather have said that at least you lost at Giant Stadium?
But this was a team vote.
It was a team
So it's
vote.
not exactly your regret. It's a regret that you have. How the question is that I don't think we've heard it yet. How the hell did you vote?
I voted for Giant Stadium.
Okay.
As you should.
Yeah.
Just curious there.
But I
because-
understood. I think at the time I knew that that was not going to win the vote.
did we have a tally by any chance?
Oh, I don't.
I just
couldn't
can't
possibly.
believe that they wouldn't want to play at a professional football field.
We wanted to win the championship, and we thought we had our best shot at home under the lights, where we've been winning for years.
You know, that's interesting. That's an interesting way of saying it. Like almost, you know what? Nobody wins in our house. We don't need the Giant Stadium.
I know that's
Nobody
exactly
wins in our house.
that is precisely what the thinking was.
I don't think that's a fair regret, but I like the story. I really like the story that you could have played at
Mhm.
Giant Stadium because who the hell cares now, right? You could have
Yeah.
said you played at Giant Stadium. Who the hell cares if you lost at home?
Who cares? Now, one quick little
Mattered at the
footnote,
time.
anecdote. So, years later, I wound up working at the racetrack, which is in the same sports complex as the stadium. And every year they would open up, we would have like a company picnic or something. So everybody who worked on the complex, they would open the stadium up for us and we'd all get to go on the playing field. And, they'd have food and drinks and people playing, softball and stuff. I hit a home run in Giant Stadium playing softball. I literally homered into the empty stands, and I was like, okay, at least I hit a home run.
Yeah, I think that makes up for everything. Honestly,
That covers the bases then.
yeah, because you
Pun
lost at
intended.
home and hit a home run and hit a home run there.
So there you have it. How many people can say they hit a home run at Giant Stadium?
How many of us have been to Giant Stadium? Let's start there. I mean,
How many of us have been anywhere near New York, huh?
I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people, Brian. It's a giant. It's a literal giant stadium that 80,000 people go to many times.
No, it's awesome.
that's cool.
Very good.
But I thought that was a qualifying regret.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Very good. I like the story. That brings us to cage free, which is a topic for all of us. Sometimes we do this. We always do. We do 2 of these a show. If you're a first time listening, we do 2 topics that all 3 of us get involved in. So cage free is out of character likes. So, or out of, like something that like doesn't really show our personality. It's not really our personality. You wouldn't think we would like this. So who's starting? Bryant.
My out of character like here goes to a topic that eventually will make it onto this show, but for now it still isn't. That's reading. We all like to read, except maybe Matt. I don't know. We haven't really just 2 out of 3. Matt hasn't really, jumped on that wagon yet.
I actually have big plans coming up to finish some books, if you know what I'm getting at.
Finish that he started already a long time ago.
Yeah, probably like 3 or 4 years ago, he started reading those books. So for me, nerd, obviously, wrestling, tons of wrestling books, history books. I love history, as evident by some of my topics on the show here. But one of the books that I do enjoy reading a lot, and I don't know if I care to want to admit, but I do love reading, like, I'm not going to call them trashy novels, but sometimes you enjoy some of those, I don't know how I want to word this. Yeah, we'll call them trashy novels. So my mom has a bunch of those novels, not like dirty novels. We're gonna jump in there, not like the sex novels or whatever, but like think of like your preteen, like I don't know, like Harry Potter
Like
examples,
Twilight or something? What are you getting at?
Twilight, yeah, like
It's not what I
Twilight
thought it
books.
was. It doesn't
Yeah,
have Fabio on the cover, is what you're
no,
getting. All right.
God no, God no, God no. So like I'm calling them like the teen trash novels, is what I like to call them, where you know does he love me? Does he not? High school drama bullshit that it's not what an adult man should read. And I can acknowledge that as well. But they just entertain me so much sometimes. And I can read them quickly, which also makes me feel like I'm, a good reader when I'm not. But for me, teen trash novels, as I like to call them, to entertain myself, I guess. I don't know. But they're good. I like them.
It's
And
funny.
this is active. You do this currently.
I still do, yeah.
I recently have been reading a lot, and I'm gonna actually talk about another book later in the episode.
Ooh.
But I, I recently finished the very first Hardy Boys book. Not the Hardy Boys,
Hey.
the wrestlers, the Hardy Boys. It was terrible. It was terrible. But I never had read one, and I wanted to try it. And I'd also read recently some of the Wizard of Oz books. And I always like Wizard of Oz, but like you know that. But like I read them. Like they're 100 pages, by the way. Like 110 pages. So I get it. I get what you're saying. Like something you kind of like it's a little it's young for you, it's a
Yeah.
junior book, like what they call it, young adult book.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. But even like I don't see anything wrong with it. I like it, but it's definitely an out of character like for you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, and I'm glad you mentioned the Hardy Boys books because when my when my mom was little, I don't know the time, maybe I won't get the timeline right, but she had all like the Nancy Drew books,
Mhm.
which I think was just the female equivalent to the Hardy Boys books. And then somehow she got her hands on all the Hardy Boys books. Now, I'm not saying these are like first printings or whatever, but when I was a kid, I definitely had like a set of the Hardy Boys books and read them.
I don't buy that.
All of
I,
them?
I don't know. I probably read like 10.
There's a lot of them. There is. There's
Yeah.
10 might be like the first set. Like, you know.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I mean, it's something cool for a kid to read.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was age appropriate at the time when I
Yeah.
was reading
You
it.
weren't
At the
almost
time.
50?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So I got two of them. I don't know what it is, but when I'm driving in my neighborhood or down the road and I see deer, I get super excited to see deer. Like I especially if I'm in my neighborhood, like there's this spot, like we call it the Red Park because there's two parks in my neighborhood. And you drive by at night and you'll see like six or seven of these deer. And man, I slow down, I get excited, I wave. I but even like the more out of character, like it's when you're driving and it's pure daylight and you just see like four or five deer hanging out in a busy area because they got nowhere to go, unfortunately. But I love seeing deer. It's exciting for me. So fun.
Oh my God. This is there's a Louis C.K. stand-up clip about deer, which is not appropriate for our show, but you should watch it on your own time. It's hysterical. It starts out with like, "Oh my God, look at this beautiful deer! Oh, it's just nature's gift," and all that kind of stuff. Oh man. You
My
know,
my second
they're unfortunately they're dangerous. I've almost hit deer. A deer crushed my dad's car at one point. Another
Yeah,
good friend of mine had his car totaled by a deer.
they aren't the brightest.
No.
I mean, actually, the brightness is what causes them to cross the road because they can see it. It's
Yeah.
really kind of a lose-lose situation there for everyone. I try to be careful. I've never hit one. Hopefully that continues. My daughter Lotus did. She did hit one about a year ago, so it happens. But I do like deer. The second one is so I work in a busy environment, sales busy environment. Like the place is always active. Uh, I love being in a place that's totally active when no one's there. Like I like it when I'm at my dealership and the lights are down and everybody's, or I'm there early and everybody's gone. And I know what the day's going to bring, but right now, this is my quiet time. And I love that because that's a busy place that you can't hear a peep. Recently, I was at, at the New York Mets Stadium and and I was sitting in the stands. Lunch was right there, and I'm sitting in the stands by myself. I love that. I don't know. Out of character likes for me.
That's just enjoying your time. I mean, I like that too. I mean, that's it's peaceful. That's what
Yeah.
it would be. Yeah.
Peaceful in the chaotic place.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with that is in character for Brad.
I don't
Can
think I'm
enjoy
peaceful at all. I think I'm the least peaceful person ever.
that. I
I'm
don't know
loud,
about
but I
that.
mean, I'm peaceful at home, but it's just
Yeah.
it's a crazy place. It's a crazy place that's really quiet.
By the way, he's talking about City Field
City
is the
Fields. Thank
name
you.
of that establishment.
Hmm. All right,
You know,
Matt, you're up.
when I go to the office, I tend to go in as early as I possibly can because normally I need to get out of there on the early side. And I get there and there's maybe one, maybe two people there. And I just can plow through some work and some emails and get stuff done. And then people start showing up, and then
Yeah.
I'm just talking to people all day.
The problem with showing up early sometimes, though, is that sometimes people are there and need something. That wasn't my intention, was not to help
Yeah.
you. My intention was to help me get ready for you later. It
Yeah.
wasn't to help you before we open. I'm
Close the
there
door.
before we open because I need to prepare for the day.
So you roll over, you close the door, and you roll back.
Doesn't work. Not in sales, bro.
Yeah. All right. So mine is a TV show. Surprise, shocker.
Hmm.
But it is a teen thing. Did you guys ever watch Veronica Mars?
No, but I know what it is.
No. No talking about though.
A teen neo-noir mystery drama TV show which starred Kristen Bell, a much younger Kristen Bell. This aired from 2004 to 2007, originally on UPN, which nowadays is the CW, which is
Yeah.
very much a young adult or teen network that I don't ever watch for any other reason. But the show is about Veronica is a high school student. Eventually, she becomes a college student over time. But she moonlights as a private investigator under the tutelage of her father, who's a detective. So each episode, she has like a standalone crime that she solves. And then over the course of a season, there's like a long arc that covers like a whole, a much bigger, complex mystery. We watched many years ago, my wife and I were like, let's give this show a shot. It had already finished, and let's take a gander. And it was one of those shows where we watched one episode and I said, "Oh, I'm definitely going to be watching this entire series." And we plowed through it. It's incredibly smart writing, funny, and there's a lot of adult themes in it. I mean, it's about murder, it's about rape, it's about some serious things that high school students, were dealing with. There was only 3 seasons. It did have a movie that came out years later, and then there was like a revival season as well. And I can't say those things ever really matched the original, which tends to happen. But very out of character for me, right? Young female lead and a teeny bopper sort of environment. But the writing and the maturity was really, really did it for me. And I would watch that show again, and I would recommend that show to anybody. It was a great show. And Kristen Bell's great. She had really short hair for the first season, which is weird because that's not how we know her to be now. But it's a great show.
I'm I can't believe you even tried it.
I can't believe I didn't either, but
Were you drunk?
I was not drunk.
No, because then it would be the haterade.
It's not drunk. When one episode and you're like, "Oh, this is for me." You know. Sometimes it clicks.
No,
You
I
know,
meant the decision to watch it.
you can't always tell. Well, I don't know. It came from a list. I don't know. You can't always tell from one episode if you're not gonna want to watch something. But sometimes I can tell from one episode if I'm definitely gonna like it. That was the case here.
I feel that way about shows too.
Yeah.
Speaking of, man, I forgot to tell you, I started, did I tell you I started Yellow Jackets?
You did not, but I
I
do
think
enjoy
I,
Yellow
I
Jacket.
think I'm about 9 episodes in the first
Yeah.
season, or maybe
First
finished the
season was great.
yeah, oh, I don't like the way you said that.
Way to just set him up to fail there.
I don't like the way you said
First
that.
first season was great.
Ah, damn it. And I started Severance, which is another one you talked about.
Both seasons were great.
Damn it. I don't know if I want to. You screwed. All right. That brings us to the omelet. This week, the omelet is my topic, and it is the Mount Rushmore of, which is something I always hated because I don't think I hate the idea of having a Mount Rushmore, which of course is your four favorite because it comes from the 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 true Mount Rushmore, four presidents. So I always hate it because I think when I hear about it, I heard about it mostly on wrestling podcasts, and people would say what's your Mount Rushmore of this? And they're on the spot, and it's always on the spot, and they're thinking, and there's quiet on the show, and it's like, why did you put me in this position? I need more time. Well, you had time. We had 10 days of time. So this week we have three of them. We're gonna do the Mount Rushmore, and we did this about a month ago and we did like a little bit of opposite this time. So this time it's the Mount Rushmore of technical wrestlers, the Mount Rushmore of chain restaurants, not fast food, and the Mount Rushmore of live action Disney movies. Which one would you guys like to start with, and which one of you would like to go first?
I'd like to point out that you don't like Mount Rushmores, but yet you always have us do a top 6. So I
Yeah,
just want to throw
not
that out there.
anymore, but
Yeah.
not Rushmore.
I don't think it really matters. I mean, we can start with whatever. Let's
All right,
just.
Brian, I'm gonna let since you're doing all the talking, let's let
Fine.
you pick it and go.
You know what? Fine. I'll do best technical wrestlers just to get this out of the way here. Let's get the wrestling one going. I'm gonna pick Bryan Danielson, who I love. Watched him in Ring of Honor, PWG, all the way to WWE. Now in AEW, semi-retired with neck injuries. I love Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, amateur wrestler to WWE, great transition, amazing tactician in the ring. Fantastic. Already saw his action figure. The Great Muta is my next choice. Has some high-flying style, but was also using that with the technical side. He tried to morph the styles together, eventually had to transition to it once his knees went out, had to change his style completely and became a more effective technical wrestler. And then obviously the last choice on this world holiday of his, which is Bret the Hitman Hart on the day we're recording, peek behind the curtain, the day he won his first world title. It's Bret Hart. He is the best technical wrestler of all time. You can all argue with me. I don't care, especially Bober, but Bret Hart. That's my list.
Can't argue with anybody on the list. Can't argue with anybody on the
Good
list.
list. I mean, I would never have Muda anywhere near mine.
Well, I mean, you'd have to, enjoy Muda's work like I do.
Can I ask you this? Did Muda come into play just because you got the action figure?
No.
Yes, I think yes.
No, God, no. No. My DVD collection outside of Muda matches kind of tells that story a little more. So
How many DVDs are we talking here about Muda?
I have at least probably 20 DVDs of just his matches.
That's ridiculous.
That's how many matches the man's wrestled.
I mean, the answer one is too many, right?
I've probably seen 20 of his matches max.
See,
Well, you've seen at
the
least
reason.
3 in person, which is incredible.
Yeah, that's the reason you don't appreciate him as a technical wrestler. There
I
you go.
didn't say I didn't appreciate him. I said he would be nowhere near my list.
Yeah.
Well, very good, Bryant. Speaking of lists, all right, Matt, since he's nowhere near your list, who's on it?
So very quickly, I did not include Danielson, but he's an obvious choice candidate to be there. Okay,
Boy, what a
Bret Hart,
sneaky
the
way.
excellence of execution. He's on the list. That's number one. Kurt Angle, on the list. Like it or not, Chris Benoit, he's on the list. And I think it might surprise you guys. How about for my fourth slot, Zack Sabre Jr.?
That's a surprise to me.
Hard to argue with. I mean, the guy is a magician in there.
The guy is amazing. Yeah, he is one of the best. And that's why he's on his second reign as the IWGP World Champion.
And you know what, Brad? F you, one honorable mention, one of my favorites of all time, who's never going to get the love he deserves, Christian.
Oh my gosh, that's such a bad answer.
What? Chris is incredible at everything he does.
How can you possibly say that?
I bet you Bryant would have him in the top 20.
20.
Well,
I
how
guess
about
I'm a
Zach?
little.
How about Zach Sabre Jr.? Come on. He's great.
That's a good one.
What do you? All right, so I think I screwed this list up.
Oh, jeez.
What do you guys consider a technical wrestler?
Somebody who is like doing a lot of stuff that comes from amateur wrestling, like grappling, mat work, a lot of
Chain wrestling. Yeah.
chain wrestling, well-defined moves.
Yeah.
Not like not Ray Phoenix. As much
No.
as I love Ray Phoenix, not that type of wrestler.
This
Okay.
is your list. How did we screw this up?
Well, because I think my one answer here, which you won't agree with in any list in the world, Bryant, my one answer on here, I guess it could go. He might be considered a performer more so than the chain wrestler. That's Shawn Michaels.
No, he'd be a
Yeah,
technical wrestler. He's a
yeah,
technical wrestler. Yeah.
I
Sean.
just don't understand why he's not on either of your. I know why he's on
Well,
your list, Bryant, because you hate him.
I
But
do.
because
I do.
he's more of like a star power pop sort of person. Like to me he's like similar to like Edge. Like Edge had star power and is great in the ring, but Christian's the better wrestler.
To me, and I'll say this, and this can be clipped. I won't clip this, even though I'm going to talk nice about him. He's more of that entertainment. He's bringing out the emotion more than the technical wrestling side. I view him more as like that sports entertainer, like we did a few last time, than a technical wrestler. But he would be a technical wrestler, absolutely.
so the reason I consider him a technical wrestler is because he makes everybody else in the ring better because of him. He makes the match better because he's in it. Yeah, I don't believe for a minute that the Undertaker's matches. I think the Undertaker is very entertaining and he's a good wrestler, but I don't think he's anywhere near his matches are incredible with Shawn Michaels because of
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels. That's why I consider him a great technical wrestler. So, which may be a little off with the definition, but I think he makes
No.
other performers
Well, let's
better.
hear what your other three are.
Well, I did also Kenny Omega,
Yeah, definitely.
and a similar reason. Like every match he is in is incredible to me
Yeah.
because he's just and technically he doesn't make mistakes. He's had, I mean, I don't care about the star ratings, but he's the leader of star ratings, isn't he?
Yeah. But that strong style that he does to me matches up to the concept of technical wrestling a lot.
Yeah.
I think my favorite wrestler ever is Bryan Danielson. He did have a lot of the entertainment parts to him, but when it comes to the mat wrestling and the chain wrestling and everything he's done, and the submission expert, I don't think really he's almost the best. But the best is Bret Hart. He's the best technical wrestler ever. He is so smooth. Nobody, I mean, we've heard it over and over again. Nobody gets hurt. He's got a chip on his shoulder. There's no doubt about it. That has nothing to do with what he can do in the ring. I was listening to Kevin Nash the other day defend him because apparently something's come out with Bret Hart being, bringing up stuff again about Triple H. And he says, it comes from his family. He made everybody better. He was our guy. He was our guy, and he has every right to be upset for what happened to him in the WWE. He said he was our guy.
And Diesel especially owes a lot of thanks to Bret for their matches.
He does, and he's part of the clique. Triple H is his buddy. Shawn Michaels is his buddy, and he said they were part of it. Whether they were part of it, they made it happen. They were part of it. I couldn't believe it when I was hearing it. I really could not believe what I was hearing.
Yeah.
Figured he'd just keep his mouth shut about it, but no. But anyway, yeah, Bret Hart, number one. I also want to mention a couple of friends of the show, Mike Whitaker and Bober. They both have their list as well. Kurt Angle, Dean Malenko, Shelton Benjamin, and Chris Benoit. And he had a real attitude with you, Bryant, about Bret Hart. So Bober obviously doesn't know what he's talking about. We all know.
Clearly.
And then Mike Whitaker had Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero. I consider him a high flyer a little bit, but at the same time, he still could do anything in that ring. Dean Malenko.
Like Ray. You could say the same about Rey Mysterio.
True. Dean Malenko and Chris Benoit. So
Yeah,
A lot
Malenko.
of a lot of the same on this list,
I
guys.
mean, what
Yeah.
Malenko is missing is major championships, main eventness, and being extra entertaining. He doesn't have any of that to be in the
Yeah,
same level of consideration.
Yeah, how about he was the PWI #1 one year?
he was.
Pro
Yeah.
Wrestling Illustrated is #1.
Well,
Yep.
you said somebody else that I didn't agree with from the list.
From my
You
list
said
or Shelton
I'm
Oh,
gonna
Benjamin?
guess Shelton
Shelton
Benjamin.
Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin.
Well, he's the best. He might be the best athlete.
I mean, the guy's great, but I've never once thought, oh, he's the best technical wrestler. No way.
Who was it? Jim Ross constantly says he was the best out of that class.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not going to get too deep in the wrestling talk here as we just did. So let's go over to this was really hard. Chain restaurants. This list could be 50. And
All
then
right.
there's places that closed, that you used to go to, and I didn't put those on here. So go ahead, Bryant, because all these we're not going to know what they are anyway, right? These are local chains that have 6 locations in Nebraska.
No, then if that's the case, I clearly did all this wrong.
No, you didn't. I
Uh,
thought
so for chain restaurants, I'm gonna start with one of my favorites, Olive Garden. I love Olive Garden. I love
I know
pasta. I'm
Matt
a big
doesn't.
pasta person. I'm a big pasta person. I did that for Matt, by the way. I love Olive Garden. It's always a place I always try to go to. Uh, my favorite place when I go down for state wrestling and any chance I get to as well, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Ugh.
I enjoy wings. I love wings. I don't know why. I do. And yes, I will go there the entire weekend and have wings every day. Next, I'm going to include IHOP. This is also partially because of Sue. She loves breakfast and breakfast foods. Anytime we see an IHOP, we are required to go there per Sue. So I have to include that on my list as a nod to her. Last one, Texas Roadhouse.
Okay. Your Buffalo Wild Wings is terrible. Okay, just to let you know, they're
You're
the
welcome.
worst wings for the most money. So
Yeah,
it's a double whammy there, as far as I'm concerned.
it's true.
Um, I haven't been to IHOP in a long time, but I remember going there and getting the green eggs and ham when like that stuff was out, like with the
Mhm.
Dr. Seuss. I thought that was they have some good ideas there, and they've been around a long time. They're not going anywhere.
No,
A lot
they're
of them
not.
still closed, and they remain. So
They keep going, yeah. And of course, when you talk Texas Roadhouse, you got to talk about the rolls and that butter. I mean,
yeah,
for the love of God, that's what you got to go for.
no peanuts on the floor anymore, right?
Nope, not anymore. Not since COVID.
Too many reactions to that. Yeah. All right, Matt, you have an opinion over there because you look like you have a lot of attitude in that face.
First of all, I'm gonna do something that especially Brad's not gonna like. I'm gonna
Uh,
rewind to the previous topic. Not one of us mentioned Ric Flair. He probably deserves to be mentioned.
No, I don't agree.
I
I
don't.
believe me, I thought of him. I don't put him on my list.
I think he
I don't
deserves to
either.
be. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. My list for chain restaurants sucks, but Bryant's is worse.
Oh, come on.
Olive Garden is an embarrassment. Buffalo Wild Wings is an embarrassment. IHOP is an embarrassment. Now, now I live in New Jersey. I live in the land of diners. You trip and fall into a random diner, and their breakfast food is twice as good as IHOP. And I've
See, the
never been.
funny part to me is I thought about putting Perkins on here, but I figured you would all mock me for that.
I
So
haven't been to Perkins and couldn't tell you.
I like Perkins.
There's a Texas Roadhouse nearby, and I've never gone. I might have some time to go visit coming up soon, though. So maybe I will.
recommend it. I recommend it.
I recommend it.
But what's yeah? I mean, again, my list sucks. But what's a glaring thing from Brian's list is he's got the most access to the most established chains, right?
Hmm?
Which gives the illusion that they're good.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
So
All
it's
right,
not me?
here's my terrible list. Okay. And Brad, I think you mentioned this place recently. We used to have one nearby. It's gone, but man, did I love Cheeseburger in Paradise. I
Mm,
really liked that place. They had great burgers, they had great salads, they had great drinks. It was just a casual place. I really
yeah,
liked it.
yeah.
This place is middle of the road, but there's one around here. We've gone, and they have a really, really good dessert that I like, which I don't try not to eat too much.
Of course.
BJ's Brew House. Do you guys have those?
I don't think so.
So it's not a huge chain, but it's classic American food like a Fridays, but they have some of their own beers. and they have a lot of different craft beers there. And they have like a one of those like warm cookie with ice cream on it, desserts, and it comes out in the skillet, and it's like the most delicious thing you could ever eat.
Well, you try to stay away from that for sure.
Try to stay away from that. Um, I'm so I'm so ashamed of my list. P.F. Chang's.
Eh,
Hmm.
I haven't even been to P.F. Chang's in years, but
Then why is it on
good,
your list?
I have good experience because I
Yeah.
don't know. I guess because the restaurants that I frequent are not chains, so I can't use them.
Mm.
I always wondered what everybody was always obsessed with those. Are they lettuce wraps?
Yeah.
What's the big
So
deal?
here's my thing with P.F. Chang's. I I think a classic takeout food that a lot of people probably get from time to time is Chinese food, right?
Mhm.
I love
And
it.
there's a million of them here. My problem, I like it, but my problem is I think that it is all so low quality. Like there's a miss somewhere in the world where it's like just be better than that and you'll be like one of my favorite foods. So that's why I like PF Chang's because it's like an upgrade from your takeout.
I'll give you that. I love Chinese food.
And my last one I'm putting on here, and again, this is not a great answer, but when I was a college student, we used to go there all the time after 10 p.m. for half price appetizers. And yes, I'm talking about Applebee's. And we would go, us broke college kids would go load up on late night foods.
Nothing wrong with that. My daughter
Nothing
still
wrong with
does
that.
that. My daughter does that now. The all
Yeah.
you can eat appetizers for them, whatever it is.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't hate your list, Matt. I don't like it necessarily.
I
I
don't
don't know
like it.
who BJ is, but is that his name? BJ's Beer House?
BJ's Brew House.
Okay. I mean, it sounds interesting. I wonder how many there are. But I got something similar to that on my list. So I'm from Hermitage, Pennsylvania, which is right outside Sharon, Pennsylvania, on the border of Ohio and PA. And my dad's best friend and a partner of his started a business there called Quaker Steak and Lube back in the late 70s, early 80s. I can't remember the exacts on that. And this was a place that we went to all the time. There was one, okay, there was one. And it was a restaurant. It was a gas station that they made a restaurant. And there was cars in the building and everything when they started, and they put the cars on the wall and everything like that. And it originally started as a make your own steak restaurant, but eventually they started making wings, and it was before wings were everywhere. So now there is 60 locations, 30 standalone, and like 60 including like they have them at the stadiums in Pittsburgh and all that kind of stuff. So uh, is the wing quality the same as it was? No, because there's wings everywhere now, right? But back then, it was a big deal, and it still holds a special place in my heart. Quaker Steak and Lube. But I got two wing places on one list. What is this, amateur hour? Huh? Wings to go is a good wing. It is consistent. It tastes delicious. I've never ever had a bad meal there. I love them. I love them. They're my favorite wing, and it's wings to go. And there's hundreds of them.
That doesn't sound like a sit down place. It sounds like a to go
You can
place.
sit there. You can sit there now. Originally, it
Yeah.
wasn't to go, but it's still you can sit there now.
Wings to go or stay.
Okay, first off, I didn't say you had to sit there. I said chain restaurants that aren't fast food.
It's a gray area.
Guess what? You can sit there and eat. So it doesn't matter anyway. Okay. But
Okay.
Yeah.
they're delicious. I get Cajun,
Yeah.
which I've never heard of anywhere else. I'm not talking like the dry rub. I'm talking like Cajun
I mean,
sauce, well done. They're delicious.
I think you could sit and eat at Wawa, but I wouldn't call it a restaurant.
What are we doing? Just because, all right, so do they need to change the name for you? You can order an appetizer there.
All right.
Sure.
What's your next?
All right. I did put Olive Garden on this list because listen, it's not your hometown Italian restaurant. It isn't, but it's good. It's good food, and I think it gets such a bad rap.
It
It has
does.
and I think I had this on my out of character likes before. That like I like the chicken parm there. It's crispy and it's again consistent. It's the same every time. It's good. It's a chain. It's a chain Italian restaurant, but it's the best chain Italian restaurant. Do you know of any others? Carrabba's?
Maggiano's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was there?
I don't
Four
know what that is.
Maggianos? How many Maggianos are there? That is not a
Two.
chain.
No.
That's not a chain.
Super
And
salad.
super salad. I get the soup and the salad. Sue gets the salad, and I eat some of that, and I get the minestrone soup.
There it is. All
Yeah.
right.
This
Minestrone.
one's really going to piss everybody off because for steak lovers out there, and you mentioned Texas Roadhouse, I think Outback is good. I think it's good, and I love the blooming onion. Now, you do have to go to the hospital when you're finished with the blooming onion because your arteries are all clogged now. But it is really good. I listen. There's steak places all over Philadelphia. They're excellent. There's Chris Ruth's and stuff like that. And
Ruth's Chris. Yeah.
Ruth's Chris. I'm sorry, Capital Grill that are better. But for the money, Outback is a good meal to take your family to, and I or a good place to take your family to, and I like it.
I'm not gonna hate on Outback. I've only been there a couple times.
I haven't been there at all lately, but I used to go a lot.
Only been Outback once in my life here. So I have to try it again. And again, I think there's only one in the entire state of Nebraska. So
We had
So
some outside contributions.
yes, we do. So for Bober, Roots Chris, should have known right there, huh? Applebee's, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Olive Garden. And
Olive Garden
for
with sweep.
Mike Whitaker, Red Lobster.
Oh,
Great.
yeah, love it.
Texas Roadhouse, Wing Zone. We have Wing Zones here. They have a bad rap for me.
we have Wing Zone.
And when they remember the wing shortage from a couple years ago, they were doing thighs instead. Get the fuck out of here. Who the hell's eating a thigh?
Thigh Zone.
And Olive Garden. Olive Garden
Yeah.
on 4 lists.
4 out of 5.
Olive Garden, the Bret Hart of chain restaurants.
I will say this: if I'd have known Quaker Steak and Lube was a chain, I just thought it was a local thing. I would include that instead of Buffalo
Yeah.
Wild Wings because I do
There's-
love going there.
There's 30 restaurants. You got to consider that a chain, right?
I did not realize that. I'll be honest with you.
I've
So-
heard of it. I've never seen one.
We have one here because it didn't make it out the Philadelphia area. And then finally they got one. It closed because of COVID. Terrible.
Sounds all right.
So finally we have the live action Disney movie. So Bryant, you're up.
This was tough.
Yeah.
This was a tough one for me. This was tough. So, no particular order here because I love all of these. I'm gonna start with Remember the Titans. It is a Disney movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if that falls in. Hoping that falls under the category.
Disney
we're looking
movie?
for.
That's
Yeah.
not a cartoon. What are we talking
Okay,
about?
perfect.
Yes.
Great. So Remember the Titans. Love that movie. Everything about it. The meaning, the story, everything. I love the Mighty Ducks. The first movie. I do love all. I do love the second, the third, meh. But the first movie, fantastic. I love it. It's great. I'm gonna go with Homeward Bound next. I always loved that movie as a kid.
I like that movie.
The pets getting together to cross country to find their owners, and I mean when that end scene when Shadow comes over the thing, oh god, still a tearjerker to this moment. And then I'm gonna throw a curveball here. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Another one that it's the nostalgia to me of the scenes where the kids are like when they're shrunk, so they're going through the grass and fighting off the bugs and everything. Like as a kid, blew my mind. As an adult, I laugh now, but it's still just a crazy movie to watch, and I love it. So Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is my other one.
It's a good list. I've never seen Remember the Titans. Oh wait, yes I have. Yes I have. It's the two
I would
different
hope-
schools, right? That join together, right?
No, they integrate.
Integrate. That's what I meant. Yeah, I didn't mean that. Yeah, that's good. That's
Denzel
good.
Washington.
Yeah. I got you. Oh yeah, the good list, man. I can't. I liked Homeward Bound. Wasn't Michael J. Fox in that?
Yeah, he was the voice of Chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not mad at you for any of those answers.
That's a pretty good list, except for Homeward Bound. You know how I feel about animals.
Yeah, I know you're anti-animal. I
Well,
get
at least
that.
they're outside. They're not in your house.
It's true.
A good list, though. Now, if you thought my restaurants list was god awful, I got news for you. This is really hard for me. As much as I do like Disney animated movies, especially Pixar, I'm not really into family style programming. I'm a rated R type of guy. So live action, PG rated stuff, not really my thing. So I had to go back into my childhood.
Yeah, that's okay though.
For
That's
most
cool.
of it.
Yeah.
For some of it. And I had to do some Googling, and I didn't even know this was a Disney movie. But did I love this movie as a kid? Did you ever see The Flight of the Navigator?
Yes, it scared me.
No.
It was a weird movie. I bet you if I watch it right now, I'd be like, "What on earth is this?"
Yeah, that movie freaked me out.
Yeah. So
I, my dad liked that movie.
it's a weird Brian. It's like a kid who finds like a spaceship. I don't even know how to explain it. It's weird.
It's
Weird.
old later. They're young, stays young.
Um,
It's missing.
Now because I am literate and do sometimes read, I have read some classics such as the Alice in Wonderland books. I really did like the first Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland movie. That should count, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I
All right.
don't like it, but yeah,
Okay.
it's a that freaking Mad
I went
Hatter
with
thing.
I went with this one because it's a classic, and I definitely watched it a lot as a kid. Mary Poppins.
Oh,
Mm.
gross.
Yeah, Mary Poppins.
Oh my
And
gosh.
and coming in for the save because it's probably difficult to not enjoy these movies. How about Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Johnny Depp. Pretty good stuff there.
Hate this list. I hate this
I
list because
told you it was bad.
I think the
My
Pirates of the
God.
Caribbean movies, I think they're boring. I find them so boring. I tried them. I didn't like them. Um,
Hey, you
wow.
asked and
Flight of
then
the
I asked.
Navigator freaked me out.
How have you not at least? How could you not at least include Remember the Titans? I mean, a movie person like yourself. I mean,
Nah,
yeah.
nah.
That Mad
I was just
Hatter
trying to help
freaked
you.
me out. The Mad Hatter. Ugh,
I love
man.
Alice in Wonderland. The books are cool. The original books.
I
Yeah.
take the animated over the live action though,
The
myself too.
animated's good.
All right. Well, I mean, now we have to come back from that, huh? So in 2007, we had the movie Enchanted. Enchanted started Amy Adams and Patrick Dempsey. It started out actually as a cartoon, but then as a princess, she came into the real world and was a princess in the city. And I thought that was a very a charming movie. It had some real funny parts. Like everybody would just start singing for no reason, and Patrick Dempsey's like, "Why does everybody know this song?" I thought that was pretty funny and clever. So Enchanted. I know you guys probably haven't seen that. Miracle,
I would
which is about the
never,
19.
never watch a movie like that.
Well, I watched it with my daughter and I liked it so much I watched it again later. In 1980, we had the Miracle on Ice, right? Well, they made a movie about it in 2004 called Miracle, and it was excellent and it was exciting. Kirk Douglas as the coach. It was so good. I can watch that movie at any time. I can't believe that that movie is even real, or that situation was even real. Of course, in 1980, you guys weren't born yet. I was 4 years old. I had no idea what was going on, but it was a story of the United States hockey team beating the Russian hockey team that had not lost in something like 15 years. We had a bunch of kids together from all different schools. They were taught to play together in a short amount of time, and they came through and won the gold medal and beat the Russians, and then went on to beat Sweden. I love that movie. I recommend it to anyone. I think everybody would enjoy that movie. You guys have probably seen that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miracle.
Yeah,
Yes, I have seen Miracle. Kurt
that
Russell
is a
who said that.
believe it or not, it's a Disney movie.
Kurt Russell was really good as the coach in that. Yeah.
Rookie of the Year, made in 1995. It was about a young kid who broke his arm, or like,
Mm.
and he was not a good baseball player. He broke his arm, and then whatever happened when they fixed his arm, everything tightened. And then he found out he could throw something like 105 miles per hour. So he played in Major League Baseball. Love the movie. I can watch that over and over again as a kid. Rookie of the Year. And finally, I had Mighty Ducks as well. Emilio Estevez is the coach. He was given this job as the coach because it was community service. I don't know if
How
people
is
remember
that
that.
community service?
It's community
Like,
service to coach a public local baseball or local hockey team that did not have a name. They were just like District 5 or something.
yep.
I can't remember exactly. And then he learned to love the kids, and they became a great team and had two sequels, the Mighty Ducks.
Good
Love
job,
it.
both of you with good job, both of you with Mighty Dogs. That's a good one. So my problem with a lot with like Miracle, for example, is like I I sometimes I struggle with something that's just straight up historical. It's like, well, I already know what's gonna happen. Like, how could it be that entertaining? My dad used to love that movie, The Rookie, which was a Disney
Yeah, love
movie.
that movie too, Disney.
Yeah. And I'm
Yeah, I
like,
forgot that one.
I remember watching and thinking, this is so boring. It's like rated
Mm-mm.
PG. I already know what's going to happen. Why is this interesting? Give me some twists. Give me some turns. Is there a zombie?
I don't think I knew the backstory of that one beforehand. But I love that movie too, and I can watch that at any time too. And I'm actually sorry that's not on this list. I Man, are you a problem? You're a problem. You're a
Because
real
I
problem.
know what I like and I don't like.
So,
Yeah,
all right.
I like how you like. I only watch rated R movies. What do you watch with your children, your child? There, do you just watch rated R movies with him as well,
No,
or
I told you that I said inexplicably I love Disney animated movies, especially Pixar.
so is he? He's not allowed to watch live action versions. Then is what we're saying.
I don't know how many we have watched.
Well, Bober did not make a list of that, but Mike Whitaker did. At least I don't see it with Bober's. He liked Maleficent. What the hell? Come on,
That's
Mike.
not a
Recent.
bad one.
Oh, dude.
My wife Sue loves that movie, so I
That's
can't say much.
fine. He's pretty recent in these movies. Lion King. It's pretty
No,
recent, right?
no, God, no,
Aladdin. I thought Aladdin was pretty
no,
good. The new
no.
Aladdin. I liked Will Smith in it.
They weren't bad, but they don't
And
compare to the animated
and Beauty
versions.
and the Beast was pretty good. But these are all just a very generic list, Mike.
They did a live action Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
yeah. Emma Watson played Belle.
Yeah. All right. I got confused for a minute there. It was good. It was good. I watched it
Well,
in the
you gotta
theater.
understand he has a young child, young daughter, so of course, naturally,
Yeah. I
young
mean,
kids.
Matt's had the same 7-year-old for 5 years now. That kid has
literally
never
just
aged.
he literally just turned 8
Thank God, because he's been 7 forever.
for like the whole run of the
I
show.
was telling this to Sue the other day. I said his
Crazy.
kid is still 7. He was 7 last year at this time. All right, guys, that
Like
was fun.
Stewie. He's like Stewie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now it brings us to raw eggs, which is whatever the hell we want. So go ahead, Bryant.
Believe it was last week or a couple weeks ago. It's been so long now, I don't remember. There was a baseball debate brought up. Obviously, Brad has a team, Matt has a team. I don't. I don't follow baseball. I follow it. I don't care about the teams. I just like watching a game here and there. So I decided, I'm going to watch game 5 of the ALDS, the Detroit Tigers and the Seattle Mariners. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to throw a game on. Why not? We'll watch it and have some fun.
Quick watch.
15 innings. What the hell is this? And then they're talking about, the longest games in MLB history. And I'm sitting here going, who wants to sit here for 75 hours and watch 15 innings? Now, don't get me wrong. If it's like 25-25, we're just hitting home runs left and right. That sounds awesome. It was like 1-1.
Yeah.
Like it was a pitcher's duel, which was cool up until all of a sudden I'm sitting there going, I can't stay awake now. I got to work in the morning. What is this? And at this point, now granted, they are in Seattle, so naturally they're 2 hours behind me. But it's like, for the love of God, can't we be like, hey guys, let's just finish it tomorrow. Tomorrow sounds great. Let's just hit it again at 8 a.m. or something.
8 a.m.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
this is my baseball frustration.
That was a long game.
Now, to
Long
many
game.
people, that was a classic.
Not to these people.
Sure. To who?
Yeah.
Who is sitting there going, this is the greatest game I've ever seen? Let's go. Let's just call and go tomorrow. I'm up
No.
for that. 2-day games. Let's do
I
that.
don't like extra innings, and the worst is if it's extra innings and you're there. That's nothing worse than that. Because
Well,
you
that's
don't
what I'm
know
saying.
you
Those
don't know
people
when
in
the
those,
game's going to end.
No,
you're in the stands just losing your mind going, I really need to go home. My dog needs to go out. Like, what are we doing
Yeah,
here?
exactly right.
no, I can give you worse than that if you're there. Is a rain delay.
Yeah, I've been there for all of it.
Yeah.
Been to plenty of baseball games.
This is why I can't get into baseball.
I don't blame you. That's not a good. If you were trying baseball, that wasn't the one to try on.
No,
If you're
not
new
at
to
all.
it, yeah, definitely not. All right. Well, this also is a little bit. I have 3 very short things here. Egg whites. Matt M. Just want to let you know that you talked about how Jurassic Park was not a book that you enjoyed. It was too scientific for you. Well, guess what? Because you don't like it, I started reading it, and I'm about 10% into it, and I find it to be a very easy read. I find the scientific parts of it very enjoyable. I've read some books in my time that put you to sleep. This is not one of them. This is a fun book. You, my friend, once again, don't enjoy the right things in life.
You're reading it as
Light read.
an older person. I was probably like 20 when I read
Go
it.
reread it then.
Yeah, reread it.
Probably younger than that, actually.
Well, I'm enjoying the enjoying. Also, Matt, I have 2 names here that have come up recently. I don't know if I mentioned one of them on the show, but I was watching a show that was canceled. Loved it. It was called Life in Pieces. And it actually had Colin Hanks in it. And his daughter's name was Lark.
Lark, like Lark Voorhees.
Lark, not Lark.
Yeah.
Terrible name, right?
Yeah, isn't Lark Voorhees? Isn't that her name? Isn't that Lisa from the Saved by the Bell?
It might be Lark. Yeah, now that I
Yeah.
think about it. I can't, that was a quick comeback there, I'll tell
That's
you.
a good one though. Lark. How many Larks? There were two.
And because we talked about the Iron Hill Brewery, I did last week, the Iron Hill Brewery, I remember the first time I was there was in 2001, and it was a double date, and other girl's name was Denby, 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 and
What
that
is
came to
that?
me. Yeah, it's terrible.
Denby.
So as Matt mentioned before, Philadelphia did not have a very good day on October 9th, 2025. The Dodgers eliminated the Phillies 2-1 in extra innings in an embarrassing fashion. The Giants demolished the Eagles 34-17, and the Florida Panthers defeated the Philadelphia Flyers 2-1 in the opener. There's only one other city that this has ever happened to where they've had something like this happen before. And that city is the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Back in 1983, the Baltimore Orioles won the World Series by defeating the Philadelphia Phillies, October 16th, 1983, Phillies in 5 games. The Philadelphia Eagles were defeated by the Dallas Cowboys 37-7, and the Philadelphia Flyers lost to the New York Rangers. So there you have it.
Starting
Going
your
to
own list. Appreciate it.
I know the first date I'm going back to if I get a DeLorean.
Anyway, Matt, you're up.
So, real quick and easy, guys. I didn't know this existed. Did you know there's such a thing as cotton candy grapes?
Yes, I did, actually.
Yes, I did.
Okay, maybe I was in the dark ages, but
I
apparently,
swear we've talked about this on the show before.
have we?
Yeah, the Kickout Crew.
Oh,
Well, what I discovered was they've been commercially grown and sold since 2011.
Yeah.
My wife brought them home from either Trader Joe's or Whole Foods or one of those, places that has different kind of stuff available. And man, they taste like
Crazy.
cotton candy.
Crazy.
delicious.
Crazy.
Amazing.
I think I found it about 5 years ago.
What? How is
Yeah.
that a thing?
I,
If we can do that, how come we aren't messing around with other stuff?
I think this should be in the book Jurassic Park. Some engineering.
Love it.
Okay. Why don't we dig up Crichton and see what he thinks about that?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
wow. That was dark. All right. Very good, Matt. All right, Bryant. Man, Eggs Benedict.
Eggs Benedict, favorite turns that we've seen. Let's go back to November 18th, 2012. It is the WWE Survivor Series.
Yes.
The main event, CM Punk is defending the WWE title against Ryback and John Cena. If Punk wins, it's 1 full year as champion. Closing moments of the match, these 3 guys come out and attack Ryback. They attack John Cena. They put Ryback through this table. We don't know who these guys are. And it's the next night is revealed that this is the Shield. This is Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns. And they've come to cleanse the WWE. They've come to fix the WWE. They've come to be the shield for the company. And the group starts off as, sort of lackeys almost for CM Punk, helping him kind of retain the championship and some title defenses. But through it, they become their own group and they have their own successes. Rollins and Reigns go on to win the tag titles. Dean Ambrose wins the United States title. You kind of see the separation a little bit. The Moxley's on the rise. Rollins is helping groom Reigns a little bit. And through the better part of 2013, they're just dominant. They take over. They're this great faction. And they just keep seeing their stocks rise. Reigns is clearly separating himself a little bit. And you move into 2014 and they become more faces. They become more good guys. They're helping the Authority a little bit more. And then in 2014, they turn and they become this great babyface group and they go against the Authority. Leading into WrestleMania, they face the Authority. Coming out of it, they had this rivalry with Evolution, Triple H, Randy Orton, Batista. Have these couple great matches, and in June at Payback, they have a 6-man tag. and the Shield comes out on top. It's a elimination match. It's a 3-0 sweep. They sweep Evolution out. Next night on Raw, Batista announces he's done fighting. He quits. Well, the Shield isn't done yet. They want this war they want to end this war officially. So later in the night, the Shield comes out to kind of bait them in a little bit more, and Triple H and Randy Orton come out, and Triple H, and they're gloating because Batista's gone, and what are they going to do now? And what you don't see is Seth Rollins goes out of the ring to get a chair, grabs a couple chairs, he's getting ready to have the fight, and Triple H gets on the microphone and he goes, "We may have lost Batista, but there's always a plan B." And in that moment, they cut to the ring and they show Seth Rollins' expression change, and he grabs a chair and he just hits Roman Reigns in the back. And you can just sense the air come out of the building. The look of shock on Dean Ambrose's face as his brother has just hit Roman, as he's just hit Roman Reigns. And Dean looks at him, and as he goes to talk to Seth, Seth hits him with the chair as well and starts beating both of these guys down. And it's a scene that was so shocking in the sense that the Shield was riding high. They were the top group. They were the guys. They main evented the last two shows as this dominant group that had taken over WWE. And out of it, you just see the positioning of almost, what's going to happen now? What's going to happen to Dean? What's going to happen to Roman? And Seth, why join the people you've been fighting? It was a turn done so well, questioned a lot at the time. Obviously, like I said, they're the top thing. But you always turn when you're the top. You turn your best baby, you always say you turn your heel baby face when they're hot. Same thing. You want to just see what happens. And it was a turn that was shocking, but a turn that led to 3 amazing careers coming out of it. You went from the group to 3 individuals you could take anywhere. And so to me, it's a great turn that no one at that moment saw coming.
Whatever happened to those guys anyway?
Well, yeah, I know, right? I mean, Seth Rollins, shirt included here, just became the Crown Jewel champion at the Crown Jewel event, beating Cody Rhodes. Reigns is the biggest star in the company at the moment. And Moxley's kind of just having his run in AEW. Top draw there.
And honestly, that chair shot has played into even 10 years later into current storylines with Roman and Seth. Man, I'll tell you that I love the Shield. I was sad when they broke up because I did think they were as hot as ever.
Mm-hmm.
And but man, that story is a great story. That's a very good one, Brian. I really enjoyed even hearing it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may not have loved that moment at the time, but it's obviously proven to be very worthwhile.
Oh.
The way, and like Brad said, the way that story has carried for over 10 years now. That Seth and Roman piece has carried it to the Cody's moment at WrestleMania. Roman has the chance, and what does he do? He takes the chair to Seth as almost the culmination to try to finish their story almost, and it hits Seth, costing Roman everything.
And the teasing of the reuniting them and stuff like that. I think one time they did. What was that move they did? The 3 of them.
The triple powerbomb?
Yeah, the triple powerbomb. I think they did it once, even though they weren't together, because they were it was a match where they were just getting rid of somebody.
It's the fatal 4-way, yeah. They were in, yeah.
The people went nuts for that. Like, that was like a chilling moment because it's like, oh my God. And then no. But anyway. Mm-hmm. And we're never going to see him again unless they get inducted to the Hall of Fame, because I don't think they're all going to be the same organization.
I don't think Mox will ever come back. Yeah.
I don't either. Yeah. And that's hard to say because I
never say never.
Yeah, never say never. CM Punk. Never say never.
Never say never.
But it doesn't look good.
Was that then? Did you say that was the night after Extreme Rules?
It was the night after Payback.
Oh, okay.
They had Extreme Rules, and then they had the second match at Payback.
Why were you at one of those shows, man?
I was at Extreme Rules.
Yeah,
I knew that's what this was.
Extreme Rules was the first one.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, was that the last night of the original Shield, and then they broke up the next night? But
nope, they had one more.
Yeah.
At first they were annoying, but then like they just kept getting momentum and they were better and like, oh yeah, awesome. All right, well, guys, I know we ran a little long today. Sorry, folks, for that. Hope you hung in there with us. Matt, why don't you go ahead and hit us with the socials?
Well, thank you, everybody. We are 3 Eggs Are Better Than One, cooking up every Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Follow us on YouTube at 3 Eggs Are Better Than One, the number 3, the letter R, the number 1. Follow us on X, Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok at 3 Eggs Are Better, the number 3, the letter R. and our individual accounts at YesManBrad, at BHaremza, and I am at Purple Shirt Guy Without the Eye. We love those 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. Send them our way, and please comment on YouTube. We might even talk about you on the show. Bryant, I think you're in charge of next week. What's going on?
Next week, the continuation of our story from before. A couple weeks ago, we talked horror movies and kind of the scary season. Well, now we're going to talk Halloween. You know, the story behind Halloween. How did we get here? How did it become this costumed phenomenon? That's what we're going to talk about next week with the show here. So
Fantastic.
You're right.
Take us home, kid.
we thank you guys for joining us. We've had a lot of fun. Obviously, we're talking baseball, even though our teams haven't made it. I'll claim a team, I guess, at this point for elimination. But we're always here. We're always having fun. We love hearing from you guys. The egg timer's been set. We'll see you guys next week.